Hi, my name is Corey, and I am currently the bingo manager for the Notables Bingo or the Los Alamitos Choir. I wanted to thank you all for volunteering to do some pull tabbing. Essentially what that means is that you are going to be rubber banding boxes that will be played on Tuesday night. It really helps us be able to kind of quantify and be a quality control on the games. So I wanted to go over kind of a typical banding situation with you, and hopefully you got this information when you picked up your first pull tabs, but this is just a reference point. So when you get a box, you're going to get a box and it's going to be sealed. Once you open up the box, I'm not a very good YouTuber. You're going to have to forgive me. There'll be things that you can see and that you can't see. You're going to have a card, and for the moment, you're going to put that card aside. You're going to open up your box, and typically you will get a larger box and then a smaller box. And that's because each one of the boxes at this current time is $5. And we try to make it as fair as we can possibly can. So when you open up the box, you'll notice that you'll have a whole series of cards, and sometimes there's extra space in here, and there's a reason for that. This box happens to be zippers, and it tends to be a larger game that doesn't fit in the box. Oftentimes, we are going to send you home with a bigger square box, and there's a reason for that. What we're asking everybody to do is to take all of the cards that are in this box, and you'll see there's a front and a back, and I don't care which side. We either put them all on the back side or on the front, and just kind of mix them up. Put them on a kitchen table and mix them up. What we found is if we don't mix them up, we tend to have the whole glump of winners in one area, and that doesn't make the game very fun for the players to play, and it makes it very difficult for us to sell if all of the winners in one area and all the winners have been chosen. So we do ask that we mix them up just to make the game fun. So what we ask is that you have these and you count them out in fives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you put a quick rubber band around them. You're going to be given a rubber band, and you're going to put a rubber band right here and a count of 5. You're going to do another count of 5, and then we ask that every other rubber band, one rubber band is done at the top and one rubber band is done at the bottom. And the reason for that is that when we stack them, they lay flat. When all the rubber bands are let's say done on the same side, or in this example somebody has double rubber banded, and we do not need anything double rubber banded. It's not that we need those locked in, we really just need them marked off in 5s. But what happens is if we have a double rubber band, you'll notice that this side is thicker than this side, and when that happens, when we all stack them up, they just kind of lob over. So again, one rubber band on each side, and you can kind of see it up and down, up and in and out, in and out, in and out. And once you're done with that, then we ask you, once you banded them at 5s, then we ask once you get to 50 or packs of 10 packs of 5, I should say, then we ask you to rubber band them, and that just makes it easier for us to count. And then you place them back in the box. And again, you notice that when we started out, those boxes were kind of, so you might not have enough room. So when you're stacking, we may give you an extra box, and it doesn't matter which box you put them in. Just kind of fit them in the box. Now, it may be that you run out of room. Let's say you've gotten all your stacks of 50 and you run out of your room. So what happens when you do that, excuse me, you may run out of room. In this case, you didn't. But let's say you've run out of room. At this point, we're not prioritizing the 50s, so don't put another stack of 50s. Just kind of lay them flat as you can across the top of the box, just like that. And then the goal will be to close the box and make it as flat as possible. Okay, now let's go back to that card that you pulled aside when you first got here. When you pulled aside, in this case we're going to use this example of zippers. And I'm guessing it might be backwards for you, but go ahead and look at the card, so hopefully it's not backwards for you. So there's a couple things that's going to be on every card. The first thing that's going to be is this serial number right here. So you're going to pay attention to the serial number. And then chances are, almost 90% of the games, you're going to have the payout situation on the back. And what you're looking for on here is you'll see the name of the game. You'll see the total number of cards. And so in this case, it is 1,040. It actually says right here, 1,040. So that is what we consider our income. So we're going to sell these for $1. So our income on 1,040 cards is 1,040. Then you're going to look out for the total payout, and that's of course what's important to the players. That's what's going to be paid out. And that is our expense. So in this case, that's $705. You're going to see a whole slew of these numbers. And for the time being, what we're looking for on a pink tab is going to be the total payout, and then it'll say the ideal profit. So if you subtract, if you take 140 from 705, you get 335. And we're going to ask that you put those numbers with the name of the game on a pink tab. Okay? Now going back to that serial number I mentioned to you earlier. So these are our payouts. And you'll see that this game, if you look in the middle numbers now, if you look at the middle numbers, you'll see that there is an event winner at $500. That means this is a $500 game. Almost all of the games we will play are going to be $500 games. But do double check that and make sure that it's a $500 game. So we're asking for a tab, and I'm guessing this might be backwards for you too, and I got to figure out if I can fix that. We're asking you to fill out the orange tab for $500. And included in on that tab is going to be that serial number on the front of the card. And the serial number, just in case you're looking for it, is identical to the serial number on each one of the cards. So you're going to fill out an orange tabby with the name of the game, the $500, which is the payout, and the serial number, which allows us to verify that. And then just for fun, we're going to have you fill out a blue tabby. I'm sure there's probably another name for it, but that's what we call it. A blue tabby with the name of the game, the payout, which is almost always $500, and the serial number. Now this game we're using as an example because it has an instant. Not all games will have instants, but any instant over $100 is also noted with a tab. And we actually write the word instant on the tab. So in this case, there's a $100 instant. Some instants will have, you'll see a whole list of them. Anything under $100, you can just ignore. Anything over $100, we want to notate. Some bigger games, we might send you home with just one game. Some bigger games may have 3 or 4 instants. In this case, it's one instant and $100. And then we put the serial number. We always put the serial number to verify. So it's that simple. Just to recap, you're going to get a box. You're going to turn those cards, and you're going to mix them all up at the table. You are going to count out in 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to band. You're going to put one rubber band at the top, and then when you're stacking them, one rubber band at the bottom. So they end up sitting flat. And then once you get 10, we ask you to rubber band them, and then just put them in the box. Pull that card out, fill out the tabs as requested. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at lasalbingo@gmail.com. We're going to get right back to you, and we look forward to having you band for us in the future, and we really do appreciate you participating in this, and hopefully this tutorial will help you. Thanks so much.